What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Who Am I Really podcast. We are very excited that we got the chance and time to finally do another video. This is going to be a completely different topic. We are going to go back into the, why we left Christianity, but that's going to be maybe 3 days from now. But today, we're going to talk about something very exciting, very beneficial that you can even start doing it now. So today we are going to be talking about emotions, thoughts, frequencies, and energies. We're going to tap into that because this does relate into why we talk about Christianity and the Christ conscience. If you guys are not aware of that, this all correlates with it. So I was talking to him the other day on how, certain events, certain emotions, certain things that we go through in life, we use that as something to hold us back from anything. So like say, for example, something bad happened to us and then we blame, why is this happening to me? But the thing when it comes to that, you have to see the beauty on the other side of not everything. When everything goes wrong in your life, you cannot always just see the negative outcome of it. Because when we use one bad thing, we use that as an excuse to let it ruin our whole day. You are in control of your own mind. You are in control of your own thoughts. So, when you have the mindset of, for excuses, blaming the world, blaming everything, in reality, it all starts with you and ends with you. Everything that you have stored up in your mind, everything that's going wrong in your life is what you need to start changing, what you need to start fixing. And that's, that's where meditation comes in. That's when, elevating the mind comes in, especially for us, for example, how we elevate is obviously through knowledge. We don't just, get this out of nowhere. We do have to study. We love information. We love to be knowledgeable about certain things. But when it comes to reading, we like to listen to audios. Doesn't matter what it is, something you connect with. But what's most important is learning yourself, learning to put yourself first before anybody. That's not being selfish. I think that's what we should be doing, is being selfish, of putting ourselves first, because we like to put the world before our own needs. We like to care about what the other person is doing. We care about, what's best for them. What about you? That's the reason why people lose themselves in the end, is because there's so much towards something completely different when it has nothing to do with you. So when we start changing our mindset and our perspective, this is why we barely have any friends, because we do not connect with people who everything seems so scripted to us. Everything is like the same. We're going to school, going to work, same environment, same money, same everything. How life is in general, everything is scripted. Everything is already a system, like I was saying, very ready made for you. So when I see that, when you start leveling up and start awakening in that mindset of, when you know that you are in control of your own thoughts, you are in control of everything that happens to you. Either you view it as good and bad, you're in control of everything. Even the littlest things that upset you, we let that ruin the whole entire day. You are allowed to feel your emotions. If something gets wrong in your life, feel it, go through it, be mad about it, cry about it. It doesn't matter. The beauty of life is having emotions, even pain. When I get pain, I love it because I get to experience that type of emotion. But the problem with that is we let it run our life. We let it run our whole entire day. Then you end up not doing anything because you blame the outcome. In reality, you can change that, but you have every right to experience your emotions. You don't. Same for guys, for example, how you guys like to not cry, not show your emotions, because you were raised that way of not showing your emotions make you like a female, or make you, a pussy about it. But for you guys, you have to express your emotions. You don't have to, suppress it. I'm not saying to be to the point to be like a little girl, or, trying to hide your emotions for everything. You have every right to feel the way that you feel, go through the pain the way that you go through. That's the beauty of your emotion. You learn so much more about yourself, of the things that go wrong in your life, especially when it comes to emotions, especially for the females too. I know we can handle it better than men, but the thing is, sometimes we do let our emotions get in the way of everything. But in reality, you can change that. Your mind is so powerful, but sometimes we see it as not being your friend, because that's how your mind is. Your brain likes to be in safety mode, like protection, survival. So everything, little thing that you do, your brain is like, should we do it? Is this dangerous? That's how it is. But you are in control. You are the pilot of your own plane, okay? So when you do that and you change your mindset, you start focusing on yourself, you start taking care of yourself, eating the right things, that's when the power of thought changes. That's why your brain starts noticing things that, when they change, because your brain likes comfort, or your body loves it. But when you start changing it, your mind starts to get used to it too. So it's not even that big of a deal when you start changing things, but you will regret it if you don't change the way that your situation is right now in your lifetime. Go ahead.
Yeah, and as I wanted to ask you, like, since you've since I've been thinking about asking, like, why is it that now that us as humans, we've evolved to think more than what we used to be like when we were like our ancestors and everything like that. So like I was thinking like, why do like thoughts come to us like now, mostly, especially during these times? But then like back then we didn't like have much of that. It was just mostly just communication without much thought. What do you think about that?
Wait, so you're saying like you think we think more instead of communicate now than we did back then?
I'm saying that now we are more like we like we all are in such a developed like languages all over the world, like we all have like thoughts during these moments, but I'm saying like our ancestors like all like they only use communication. Like, do you think they would have thought as much as we do it in this like present moment?
I don't think so, because well, I'm not sure because I don't really have a specific or correct answer to say that. But like I'm in a way you're going to have to like kind of like how do I say it? I think you should revise the question because I don't think I'm understanding what you're saying.
Yeah, because the power of thought, and then like with that also, like I feel like power of communication as well, because as I was saying, like we as humans, we evolved to think a lot more these times. And then like the cavemen, they do you think they had to like think at all, or like do anything specifically? Like, do you think they have as much thoughts? Like, do you think we all as humans like evolved to a certain point where we're more reflective, more thinking about things than?
Oh, I think yeah, I would say I think now people are more into like thinking more than communicating. I in a way that's I'm trying to get what you mean. Um, but I think back in those times, I don't think thinking for them was very. They thought a lot in their brain. I think they just did like through action, through communication. They say what they do. But I think now, that's why there's like a lot of things when it comes to the world that we do question everything, and people usually view that as a wrong thing that we can't question our lifetime, our reality, and stuff like that. And no, I get what you mean. Now I'm starting to like understand because I didn't understand it the way he explained it. But I think now I feel like we're more of thinking than we communicate because I feel like we like to question everything. And I feel like we're already at that stage of we want to learn more. We want to understand what this life really fucking means because we just got birthed into this world and bam, you already have something made for you. And that's why I'm like, that's why I think more about life. I'm like, what is more to it? What do we have to do? What is our purpose here in this lifetime? And I think a lot. Like I ask so many questions because not only that it's the best thing you can do, there's nothing wrong with asking questions or trying to figure out what everything means. It's very good that you want to learn more things. You're very knowledgeable about everything. That's the beauty of it. But when it comes back to your environment in your system, the school, the work, it tells you that it's not okay to question things. It's not okay to ask for help. It's not okay to be knowledgeable. That and there was this one video that said how in school if you don't there's this thing, damn, I gotta find it. It says if you don't obey in I don't know if you've
Yeah,
seen that.
yeah, no, yeah, like all of this like time we've been taught to like not question authority.
Yeah.
Like basically, like if you like for like school, like they make you really believe a number is a reflection of you as a human being, or a letter.
A number.
A letter and number, because like a number is like what's your grade, like oh you got an 80,
Oh.
like that kind of thing. That's kind of systemized.
Oh, like
Like
your like
your
A's,
score
B's. Oh, okay,
and
yeah, yeah,
GPA and things like that is what I think. Like it's like not to like question authority,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and it's something that's evolved it to a point that it became something religious too.
Yeah.
Like not to question authority. We're humans. We are like the thing we all have is like to go more beyond than what just is like handed to us.
And I think that's another reason too why people are depressed or the way that they are. They're why people are nasty, why people are they just have this energy of being disrespectful, rude, all this stuff because majority of the time people who are so rude to you are the ones that are very unhappy themselves. that they don't like what's going on with themselves, because that's why they take it out on others, because it distracts them for their own difficulties in life. And that's the problem with this whole entire society, that we, like I said, we need to stop going towards the world and start going within us. We are the world, we are the universe, we are the creator, we are the source, we are all one. Yet we like division, we like separation, we like to be who's right, who's this, who's that. And that is the lowest frequency you can ever vibrate in, is to have separation from one another, even though we're all one. We're all the same. Obviously, like I said, different lifestyles, different bodies, different minds. We are all one because we are all one collective soul. We are all one with source. So we're no different from one another. And yet we still fight, yet we still do stupid shit. And like, you know, for people in our last video, they understand that they have their right to opinion. We love things like that. We like to have opinions about everything. But you cannot shame or dismantle anybody from their own beliefs, because belief means lie in middle, right? I like to have facts. I like to have certainty in what I know it's true for certain, not belief. Because, you know, every certain word, even the words you say, they even have, you know, curses in it as well. And we're trying to change our words for that, because all the things that we grow up with, all the words, where do you even get these words from anyway? All of them have little things in it that we, like, for example, bless. It means less. But bless in I think in Latin language, it means for blood sacrifice, for blood. So when you say, that's why I stopped saying that, because certain words have certain meanings and certain frequencies. So when I see all that stuff, like, for example, that's what I'm saying. When we get brought into this world, we already have everything set up for us. So we're already comfortable in the fact that we can't learn beyond what anything means. So that's why we're stuck in one straight line, going towards where, like the rat race is like a circle. We just follow what the other person is doing. We keep repeating it, passing it down for generations and generations. So that's where frequencies come in. That's where energies come from. You have to vibrate high. You have to be, and I'm not saying it's easy, because when you're going through an awakening, or you're going through things that are going to elevate your soul in your life, it's not going to be easy. What we were going through right now, or what we were experiencing, it was not easy for us. For me, it was so difficult to even get through the storm. I even questioned myself. I'm like, how the fuck did you manage to get yourself out of that situation? I didn't even think I was going to even survive that situation, but yet I did it. And that's the whole purpose of everything, of the beauty of going through the storm, not running away from it. It's good to face your fears, face your challenges, face your whatever the fuck's going on in your life, because you cannot avoid your problems forever. You have to find a solution. There's no dead end. So you have to find it. And that's the beauty of this life, that you get to fuck up. They're going to criticize you for doing it, but it's your life. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to fuck up. You're allowed to be somebody different. You're allowed to have many different identities, because that's how you find yourself in the end. Not following and being someone different because you're scared of what other people might think of you. That's where the low frequency comes in. That's where the hell comes in. And that's what we went through. We created our own version of a hell, of how everything was depressed. Everything was the wrong environment, the wrong systems, even the wrong foods, because you are what you eat. When you eat rotten shit, you're just poisoning yourself. That is the low frequency. So when you're vibrating high, you attract more things, abundance, where manifestation comes in, where meditation comes in. When you vibrate high, you start attracting everything that you desire in your lifetime. And that's the beauty of it. Everything is energy. That's another thing too. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. So you vibrate high when you put yourself first, when you take care of yourself, when you love yourself even more. Love yourself more than you love the other person. Like, how are you going to be in a relationship with somebody if you don't even love yourself? How can you love somebody else? Or how can you make someone else happy if you're not happy yourself? That can't coexist. You have to put yourself first. That's the beauty and the importance of life. Okay, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to do a quick Q&A. This is still going to be in the same part of energies, talking about how our mind really shapes our reality. So he's going to ask me 3 questions, and I'm going to ask him 3 questions. All right, what's the first one for you?
Yeah, so I was thinking, like, what is it that puts you in a high energy state fast?
High, like what puts, okay, I get it, hold on. What puts me in a high, like, state of mind that makes me, like, more energetic, more happier, more, you could tell that the energy is amplified and elevated, I would say, for me, is meditation, the gym, and there's another one. Oh, reading. Another thing, reading. Yes, so all those 3 things that has to do with improving self, improving my state of frequency, my mood. Because when you're at the gym, especially if you're having a bad day or whatever, when you go, you take all the energy and anger out on the equipment that you're letting all the energy go to that instead of on other things. Reading is what distracts my mind from like the littlest things that bother me. And when I read things, what makes me more happier and more amplified is because I'm learning new things. I'm feeding my mind with the right knowledge, with the right source of information that I can know that, like, for example, he's asking me the questions that when you acknowledge yourself more, it's more easier to answer questions like that. And the third thing, what did I say? Gym, reading. Oh, meditation. That's another thing. When you're going within, when you're in a quiet, when you're in silence, you're with yourself, that you're comfortable with yourself, your presence. That's another thing that makes me happy, because I finally got to that level of being comfortable with myself instead of needing people around me. I feel comfortable with that. Meditation does help you with that, because you're in straight silence, and sometimes when there's no noise, it gets very uncomfortable. But when you keep doing it, I'm telling you, you feel light, you feel happier, because you are with you are going within, and everything is still. All right, what's the next question?
All right, so like, what have you ever seen like your thoughts turn into like real life situations?
Yes, I have. So, example, should I do like one positive, one negative?
Yeah, like situations, can go both ways. So
Okay.
go ahead.
So I would say, like, how this would shape my reality of my thoughts. That's what that means.
Yeah, well, you could go in that aspect as well. So like what is it that you've seen in your thoughts that become into like real life situations? Like, what are things you've attracted through your thoughts that created a good outcome and a
Oh,
bad
okay. Now I get it. Okay.
Yes.
So, for example, let me go into the positive side. So when I was thinking of where I want to see myself in the future or in the present moment of how I say it, like during manifestations, the positive side of it, I'm getting a little bit of a story of how I wanted to see myself, how I wanted my hair to be, my face to be. I kept thinking about, how I wanted to be, how I wanted to look like, to express my more feminine energy, and showing my woman features. And I started thinking about it so much that, because I craved it, that's something that I've been desiring for a while. Just little by little, I noticed that I started to get the body shape that I want, and I'm still progressing in that. My hair, I used to have curly hair. I mean, you probably could tell. I always wanted straight hair because I couldn't stand curly hair. My figure, my mindset, the way I spoke, the way how I want my income to come in, all that, when I kept thinking about it and putting action towards it, because thoughts without action are useless. You can't do nothing just by thinking. It's like dreams without action is just dreams, right? But the more that you think about something and you put your action, that's when the manifestation comes in. And it actually happened. I finally got the things that I desired, because of something that I put so much energy and focus on it, that I received the things that I want. So that's the positive aspect. Obviously there's more, but I'm just making it short. The negative side was another thing. For example, I'm gonna go into, let's say for the work example, I used to work in a supermarket. All the negative things that I would belittle myself. I would not take care of myself. I would put other people first. I would not take care of myself. I literally hated the world. I blamed everybody for everything in reality. And that's what made my life the way it was back then. That's why I was so depressed. That's why I was so angry. That's why I was so upset. That's why I didn't forgive. Because those are the type of things when it comes to negativity that I created, that I did that. And of course it's difficult for me to understand that that I was choosing to do that, not nobody else. And yes, your environment has a lot to do with it. But when you start thinking like that, of everything is going wrong, everything is not working out, you created that. You said it. That's why I said words are powerful. When you say things that you think that it's not going to work out for you, it's not. So that's where the negativity comes in, and how those things, they're both powerful. But it's the matter of fact, how you're going to choose it. All right, what's your third question?
All right, so my third question is like, what's one thing you changed in yourself that changed your life?
My mind. That's my most important thing. Yes, mind and body, they do go together, but your mind has to be the first thing that you have to change before anything, because like I said, your mind is what controls everything. The way you move, the way you talk, the way you think, the way you eat. That's another thing too, because like I said, it's so powerful. But in what way? How are you going to control that? Is negative or positive? So the first thing you need to do is focus on your mind, what goes within, what goes inside your head, what comes out of it. So that's where all the Putting yourself first comes in. Working out comes in. Reading, doesn't matter what it is, especially if it obviously comes with, elevating your mindset as well. But the mind, like I said, is very difficult to manage. It's difficult to control your thoughts because they're very powerful. But I'm telling you, the more that you learn how to manage it right, what you're thinking, right, with what's bothering you. When your mind starts to notice things like that, it changes. I'm telling you. All right, so now I'm gonna ask him 3 questions. All right. So here's the first one.
I'm ready.
Okay. Do you think your mindset really affects your day, and how?
Do I really think my mindset affects my day and how?
Yes.
Well, mindset is the primary to it. So like as you said earlier in your answers as well, the mind is the thing that you have to change. And mindset is the thing you're setting your mind. You're not just letting your mind be your mind. You're setting it to something.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking my mind could really just like go from one extreme to another extreme, and then how that affects my day is like, okay, so like I woke up thinking this is a beautiful day, like look, everywhere outside is beautiful, I'm handsome, I'm feeling every single cell of my body feeling some joy and being happy. I'm setting my mind to it. I'm speaking. I'm creating as I'm speaking.
Exactly.
And then that's gonna be the outcome, and the environment sometimes changes that. Like okay, so like oh there was something tragic that happened. Like oh shoot, it's like things like that then set your mind back. Like oh shoot, should I have chosen to be happy? Should I have been like sad? Like what should I really feel right now?
Right.
So how you set your mind, basically your mindset then evolves into your mentality. So like if you think like every day like okay, so this is gonna be a good day, and then the next day, oh I'm bad, I don't really feel this. Like it's sometimes a loop, mindset is a loop. It's a continuous loop, it's not something really stable, but that's why mindset evolves. It's a loop, but it evolves into becoming stronger.
Exactly.
So it's like saying okay, I don't think I can make it, but then another time like okay, you know what, I'm standing up, I'm gonna feel the way I have to feel and become better and set my mind to a stronger future in which I can create using my own mind.
Exactly. All right, so number 2. What do you do when you feel your energy getting low?
What do I do when I feel my energy getting low? First things first, I apart myself and I make myself think, is this really what I have to feel right now? Like, what am I gonna win off of thinking like this?
Right.
What is there gonna be like when there's a low energy? I have to part myself from everything else, especially from everyone, so that they don't have to feel that energy. Because energy is contagious. What you bring, what you try, will it come back to you as well. And what you feel, it will definitely fall into the presence of other energies too.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I believe. So.
Okay. What is that all, or you want me to go next question?
Well, I was also thinking like just like using solitude as a way of like bettering myself if my energy is low, because you don't just like keep yourself trapped into a low energy. You just have to evolve stronger through it. You have to like go above that. Like okay, like I'm in a low energy now, but it's up to me if I want to feel better later.
Exactly. All right, so number 3. Do you believe you can actually create the life you want? Why or why not?
I believe the life you create is very possible, and it's through your own self, not through what others experience. What you are looking at is the test itself. Life is the test, and I believe that like what you're setting yourself towards, will it become through your life, like, is what I was thinking. That, can you repeat me the question again? I have to like really think it out.
That's fine, don't worry. Do you believe you can actually create the life you want? Why or why not?
I believe it is very possible to
Yes.
create your life that you really want. And it's, as one of my friends said, it's not your fault if you're born poor, it's your fault if you die poor. So
And there's many meanings behind that shit. Many meanings. Not just only income, it's obviously in your state of vibration as well. And it was funny too. Wait, are you done with the question? Because I don't want to interrupt.
no, if I have more to answer your question, I'll probably answer it later on.
Okay, so let's do like a reflection on that question pretty much. So like the question, I'll just repeat it again. What did I say again? Oh, do you believe you can actually create the life you want? Why or why not? And when he's saying it is true, you do create your life. No one else creates it for you. And where I mean by it's not your fault if you're born poor, but it is your fault you die poor, because you are in control of your situation, your own life. You are the captain of your own ship. And what I mean by when you're born into this world, it's not your fault that you were born here. You were created obviously for a reason, but it wasn't your fault that you were born in a situation you know that was out of your control. But when you grow up into life and you're already brought into the system, and going back into that, you are in control of everything. And that's where regret comes in, where people really regret all their lifetime of why didn't I do it? Why didn't I go back to this? Why did I wait? Why was I so scared? In the end, when you are on your deathbed, that's when you start regretting. And that is the most scariest thing that you can possibly do, is wait and to feel that type of emotion of regret. And the regret is such a low frequency. Regret is so, I don't even like the word regret. I don't even like feeling regret, because you could have done that. But like I said, what the beauty about life is that you get to start over, you get to mess up, you get to become somebody new, but not regret in the way that you keep doing the same thing over and over again, knowing that you're going to get the same result. That's the type of regret that people keep doing consistently, and that doesn't help you grow if you keep making the same mistake over and over, because you're comfortable with that mistake. You know that it's wrong, but you choose to do it because of the state of mind that you're in. You're scared of everybody telling you that it's not going to work out, it's not going to do that. That's such a low vibrational thing, and you need to move away from that immediately. So you are in control of your own life. You do create your own life. Like I said, no one's gonna hold your hand. The world is so to them, to other things, that they don't even worry about you. But what I'm saying is, it's crazy how you really are the artist of your life. You paint whatever this is like obviously an example. You paint this, you sculpt the way that you want to be, the masterpiece that people do, and they start sculpting. That's you are the creator. You're shaping your own life. You're the way that you go throughout your day, the way that you talk to people, the way you do things, the way you feed your mind. That's controlling your life. And obviously that's where the negative and positive comes in. How is your life right now? Are you depressed? Are you sad? Do you have anxiety? And a lot of people are going through that. We used to go through that. We used to have emotions like that were very overwhelming. And it's very powerful too, because it's very difficult to get out of that emotions. But you can see us and our frequency and our energy. We are very delighted. We're very in gratitude is another thing too. To get you in a high state of frequency is gratitude. Being grateful for everything you have now, even though you're going through a storm. Gratitude is so important. You wake up, you're alive. You get to eat, you get to walk, you get to see. And obviously some people, difficulties, but you're grateful that you are alive. You have this lifetime now. Use your life. Use everything that you can to become better, to help others do the same. This is our message to you as well. We are helping you. We are showing you the way, because life is going to be difficult. That's how it is. But you have to see the beauty of the difficulties. You can change your perspective on it, no matter how, the setback is. This one thing before you jump in. My mom said, it was a very nice quote. I'm probably not gonna say it right, but this is how it goes. It says, it's very good that how to say it? Damn it, I'm trying to put it in a way. How bad things are temporary, so our good things are temporary. So all the things we go through, the bad things, it passes by. It doesn't stay, it doesn't remain that way. We go through it. The good thing as well, when you get all the things you desire, you attract, it's temporary too, because you're gonna die. You're gonna lose all those things. Those are not your things. It's temporary, it's not permanent. But the beauty of it is that you get to have both.
So good things and bad things are temporary, and that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever you're ready, when you're gonna die, what's really gonna mean if like are you gonna take the money with you or
Yeah,
anything,
exactly.
or like your favorite cologne or something? I don't really. I think that like it's temporary. Everything is temporary and along that path too. And I'm thinking about the word, as you said, lesson.
Lesson?
Yes, it's like, what do you think the word lesson is literally less on? Like, what do you think is less on you? Like, cause like things turn into a lesson. Like say a mistake became a lesson. A mistake is like basically saying you missed your take on something. Like, okay, like I missed this, cause mistake is like you don't remember it later on, because some mistakes the word has missed, which means it's something like it's a water that you can see, but it like clears out definitely. Like,
So the final question is, do you control your life or does life control you? And that's where the mindset comes in. This is where the energies come in, the frequencies. Everything begins with you and ends with you. So this is going to be our closing off. We're going to do another Q&A like this, obviously with different questions. I really hope you guys got a lot of, great knowledge out of this. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about your questions? What is your take on the questions I asked you? Comment on it. I want to hear your opinion. I really want to know more about what you guys think about life. Does life really, the way we go through, does it really control you or you control it? Same for your mind. Do you let your mind really take control or do you let it take control? I mean, yeah, do you take control? So comment. We're going to do another video like this, another Q&A. The next video that we're going to do, if we do get together again, hopefully soon, we're going to do the duality, the separation, the gender wars, all this stuff between how men and women are fighting, all this stupid shit, right? Then we're going to do another video of why we left Christianity. We have so much more and more ideas that we're going to get into that, like I said, this channel is not only about to cause harm, separation, or to be disrespectful for anything. We are very loving. We love everybody. We do not care. We do not care what you think. And of course we care what you think because we love to hear your opinions. But in reality, we do not care. Okay? Because we are still going to shine bright. We're still going to continue. We are the messenger. We are the light. We're supposed to speak. We're supposed to tell you that you are in control. Nobody else is. Love yourself. Make sure that you are happy. Make sure you are feeding yourself. That you put everything else before anybody. Okay? So I really hope you enjoyed. Let us know what you think. Comment down below. We would love to answer your questions, or we can even do a video of what you recommend for the topic that we do. So we really hope you enjoyed. Have a great night.
have a good one.